Get started then, ma'am. We will get started. I will.
Not yet. You think so? Oh yeah. It's like the original. 20 years old. But it has some history. If it could talk. Yeah.
We don't want to know. Okay.
Well, it's good. No, I can't imagine that. You'll be quiet.
Good evening. Today is Tuesday, February 17th, 2026, and the time is 5 p.m. I will now call to order the meeting of the Victorville City Council and the same council sitting as the Victorville Library Board of Trustees, the Southern California Logistics Airport Authority, successor agency to the Redevelopment Agency. The city has the Housing Asset Successor, Joint Powers Finance Authority, and the Victorville Water District. Madam Clerk, will you kindly call the roll?
Councilmember Godin. Here. Councilmember Irving.
Here.
Councilmember Mora.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Harriman.
Here.
Mayor Becerra.
Here.
We have quorum.
Thank you very much. Madam Clerk, are there any requests to speak?
No, Madam Mayor.
Declaration of closed session items by our city attorney, Mr. Dubernowski. Your turn.
Thank you, Mayor Becerra. We have 3 items this evening, all litigation related. Item A is anticipated litigation pursuant to Government Code 54956.9 D2. Items B and C are existing litigation pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9 D1. The names and the case numbers are set forth with respect to B and C. To the extent there is reportable action, we will report it at the conclusion of the closed session or the commencement of the regular 6 o'clock session.
Thank you very much, sir. The time is 5:01 and we are now in closed session. My Lord. Welcome, everyone, and good evening. Today is Tuesday, February 17th, 2026, and the time is 6 p.m. I will now call to order the regular meeting of the following will come to order. The Victorville City Council and the same council sitting as the Victorville Library Board of Trustees, the Southern California Logistics Airport Authority, successor agency to the Redevelopment Agency, the city as a housing assets assessor, Joint Powers Finance Authority, and the Victorville Water District. Madam Clerk, will you kindly call the roll?
Councilmember Godian. Here. Councilmember Irving.
Present.
Councilmember Mora.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Harriman.
Here.
Mayor Becerra.
Here.
We have quorum.
Thank you very much. At this time, we'll move on to closed session announcement by our city attorney, Mr. DeBernowski.
Thank you, Mayor Becerra. We had 3 items this evening, all litigation related. Item A was anticipated litigation pursuant to Government Code 54956.9 D2. Items B and C were existing litigation pursuant to Government Code 54956.9 D1. And with respect to B and C, the case numbers and case names are set forth on the agenda. At this time, there's no reportable action with respect to any of those items.
Thank you, sir. At this time, we will ask you to stand for the invocation of the Pledge of Allegiance. Our invocation tonight will be led by Pastor Carlos Mendoza of Sunrise Church, and our pledge will be led by Captain Jerry Davenport.
Good evening, Madam Mayor. Good evening, honorable council members and fellow community members. Please join me. Heavenly Father, we thank you for a time like this to be able to come together and with the various items for this meeting. I just pray that you would be invited into this room in order to give wisdom, direction, clarity, and integrity, wisdom that is beyond ourselves, and Lord, your blessing. And so we just thank you again for the order, for the opportunities to bring these items and these issues during this time. And Lord, we just ask that you, through the decisions that are made and are established, Lord, that you would have your will be done. We thank you, Lord, for the good things that are happening in our city, for the developments, and for all the blessings. Lord, we honor and recognize your hand upon us. And so, Father, we ask that you bless this meeting, bless the city of Victorville, and bless the USA. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Tonight, we're going to start with special presentation. Our presentation tonight is recognizing Ashley Borona, winner of the city's annual Civil Rights Memorial Essay Contest, and Next Era Energy Resources sponsored of the city's annual City Rights Memorial Contest. Mr. Camargo, I'm going to turn it over to you.
I'm sorry, Madam Mayor. It will actually, you have a script.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay, thank you.
Congratulations, Ashley. I'd like to invite Ashley, Superintendent Lori Clark, and Zachary Frey from Next Energy to Resource to come forward and join us down here at the bottom. If council could join me down there, please. Hello. Okay. Each year, the city of Victorville invites local 5th and 6th graders to participate in our Civil Rights Memorial Contest. The winner of the 2025 contest is Ashley Borona. Let's give her a hand. Ashley is a student at Galileo School of Gifted and Talented Education in Mrs. Hubble's class. Ashley penned her essay writing about Ella Baker, a civil rights pioneer who dedicated her life ending racism. A portion of Ashley's essay, can you bring that to me? There you go. will appear on a bronze plaque right here at City Hall. Ashley, on behalf of the Victorville City Council, I'm honored to present with you this frame rendering. Bob, if you could bring it over, there we go. And this plaque, congratulations. And Superintendent Clark, would you like to mention something?
Yeah, we are so proud of you and your work this year. Her work in her school is well known. Not only does she help her friends and her classmates, but she's also known for the work you do. They even mentioned how much you help your siblings. I heard about all that. And Ashley, this is wonderful that you're kicking it off here, but her long-term goal is to become a songwriter. So your writing is going to carry you far wherever you go. You have so much talent, and we are so proud of you. Thank you.
Make sure I get a picture so when she's popular and she's, when she's up there getting an Oscar, I can. Thank you to our essay contest sponsor, Next Era Energy Resources, for their generous underwriting of the bronze plaque. Go ahead, if you can bring that in. Zachary, as a token of our appreciation, I'm pleased to present with you this rendering of the bronze plaque and certificate of recognition. Would you like to say a few words?
Mayor Becerra, members of the City Council, Superintendent Clark, Ashley, and family. I'm honored to be here on behalf of NextEra Energy Resources, and we're grateful to be a part of this initiative with the City of Victorville. We chose to sponsor the city's Civil Rights Essay Contest because we believe strong communities are built through education, civic engagement, and giving young people a voice. We are proud to invest in students. Ashley, your essay on Ella Baker truly stood out to us. You didn't just describe her accomplishments, you explained why her leadership mattered. You highlighted the idea that real change doesn't always come from being in the spotlight, but from empowering others, lifting up communities, and doing the hard work behind the scenes. You also connected Ella Baker's story to the importance of dignity, opportunity, and community, values that continue to matter today. It's clear you took time to understand not just who she was, but the impact she had on others. Thank you for sharing your perspective with everyone. We also wanted to thank the City of Victorville, Mayor Becerra, the City Council and staff. We appreciate the opportunity to support this effort and to be a part of something that has such a positive local impact. Congratulations, Ashley, and thank you for allowing us to share in this special moment. And I know that plaque is heavy, so that's it. Thank you.
We will move on. Madam Clerk, would you please present the agenda and any revisions thereto?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We did have one revision to the agenda this evening. As in the special presentations, there was a swearing in of Battalion Chief Marcus Lynch, but unfortunately, due to weather conditions, he was unable to attend, so we will be rescheduling this item.
Thank you, ma'am. At this time, I'll ask my counsel, any conflict of interest to declare? None? We'll move right along. Introduction of public comments. Madam Clerk, are there any requests to speak?
We don't have any speakers for general public comment, but we do have quite a few speakers for public hearing item number 1.
Okay. Then we will move on to public hearing item number 1. The first business of order is the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development required public hearing for community planning development grants for fiscal year 2026, and 2027. Mr. Metzler, would you kindly introduce this item?
Thank you, Madam Mayor, members of the council. Since 1997, the city of Victorville has been recognized as an entitlement city by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development for CDBG, or Community Development Block Grant monies. And as an entitlement city, Victorville administers a 5-year consolidated plan that is intended to assess community needs in targeted areas where funding can benefit low and moderate income individuals in the city of Victorville. This upcoming fiscal year is expected to generate approximately $1.91 million. Broken down, that would be about $1.4 million for public service and construction projects, and about little over 500,000 in home fund dollars. And with that, as a part of the process, every year we administer applications. We start with an application process where we put a notice out requiring prospective applicants to attend a mandatory meeting in December with a deadline for submittal of those applications by the end of January. And now tonight is the time for the public to provide input as to the view of what should be the goals of the city in terms of the annual action plan that it will be adopting at a subsequent meeting. And so with that, this item doesn't have an action other than to conduct the public hearing, take public testimony to support your preparation of the annual action plan. And so with that, if there's any questions, Mr. Alex Hadigi is the author on this item, and he's available for any questions or comments you might have.
Thank you, sir. Madam Clerk, would you please read the recommendation?
That the Honorable City Council open and conduct a public hearing to receive citizen, agency, and prospective applicant comments regarding the city's needs and strategies for the 2026-2027 Annual Action Plan, and close the public hearing.
Thank you, ma'am. At this time, we'll do technical questions from council members regarding this item. Councilman Godin,
I have none, thank you.
Councilwoman Mora,
I have none, thank you.
Councilman Irving,
I don't have any questions, thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem Harriman,
I also have none.
and I have none. At this time, I will now open up the public hearing. Madam Clerk, are there any requests to speak?
Yes, Madam Mayor, our first speaker this evening is Pat Fox from Assistance League on this item.
Thank you. I'm Pat Fox. I'm from Assistant League of Victor Valley, and we have applied and under our Operation School Bell. It has been our cornerstone philanthropic program of the Assistant League of Victor Valley. The program provides for new school clothing for underprivileged children living in Victor Valley. Children in transition kindergarten through 12th grade are along with their parents and guardians, are invited to a scheduled shopping event held at J.C. Penney's. During these events, volunteers assist students in selecting school-appropriate clothing and shoes. When students are properly clothed and feel confident and proud of their appearance, they attend school with greater enthusiasm, demonstrate improved academic performance, and experience more positive interactions with their peers. In 2025-26, we served 1,234 students in the Victor Valley, which included 342 students from Victorville that received new school clothing. We want to thank you for your past support, and we hope that you will continue to support our program.
Thank you.
Our next speaker is Joby Wood.
Good evening. My name is Joby Wood. I am with the Family Assistance Program. I'm the Director of TAY Services, and I've been there for about 12 years. I'm here tonight asking for support regarding the application that was submitted on behalf of High Desert Homeless Services. Our agency has been working alongside them, helping them reestablish and revive their agency within the community. and working alongside other nonprofits and doing our own work in the community, even working alongside the Wellness Center and Simba Center, we've deemed to see that there is a gap in services for seniors, unhoused seniors within our community. So we are assisting High Desert Homeless Services with reviving their agency to create permanent supportive housing for unhoused seniors within our community. We're seeing that, again, the senior population, they have a fixed income. A lot of them are dealing with health issues, and it's often hard to get them in a position to increase their income to get sustainable housing. And not only that, but also have financial means to have a good quality of life. So that is our goal in with this application. High Desert Homeless was awarded $300,000 from San Bernardino County through HAP funding. And this will assist us in improving the site location, this including the asphalt and alleyway around the location, building the trash enclosure, and other things that the city has previously asked High Desert Homeless to update. So we are asking for the city support in the CDBG application to get more funding to help us continue this project. Our goal is to have this permanent supportive housing up and running for seniors by the end of this year. So again, I'm here tonight asking in support of that application that was put in on behalf of High Desert Homeless Services. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next speaker is Tara Butorovich.
Hi, good evening, members of the council. My name is Tara Butorovich, and I am here representing the Ruth and Naomi Project in the Wild Goose Vintage and Thrift Store. The Ruth and Naomi Project is dedicated to providing safe, affordable housing for seniors in Victorville and the High Desert. Many seniors face isolation, insecurity, and hardship. Our mission is to ensure that every senior has a stable, dignified place to call home. With the grant funds we're requesting, we will provide affordable housing and provide essential support services, including food, and create a welcoming community where residents can thrive. Additionally, through the social services grant, we will bring generations together with art, music, and creative classes. These programs foster meaningful connections between seniors and youth, combat loneliness, and enrich lives through shared creativity. At Wild Goose, we also support this mission by offering creative outlets and community engagement, helping connect people of all ages and backgrounds. By investing in senior housing and intergenerational programs, we strengthen the fabric of Victorville and the High Desert. On behalf of the Ruth and Naomi Project and Wild Goose, thank you for considering our application and for helping us create a home and community where hope, safety, care, and compassion are always present. Thank you for this opportunity, and we hope to gain your support.
Thank you.
Our next speaker is High Desert Second Chance.
Good evening, Mayor, council members, and funding committee. My name is Christina Kennedy with High Desert Second Chance. I want to thank you for the opportunity to clarify the distinct role of the High Desert Food Collaborative and how its funding needs differ from those individual feeding agencies within Victorville. The High Desert Food Collaborative, or HDFC for short, is the only centralized food bank serving the San Bernardino County High Desert region. It functions as the backbone infrastructure that supports 17 Victorville-based feeding agencies. These agencies depend on HDFC's coordinated procurement, transportation, storage, and distribution system to maintain a steady flow of nutritious food and essential supplies to residents experiencing food insecurity. CDBG funds awarded to HDFC are used to support large-scale food procurement, fuel, and transportation for weekly pickups, cold and dry storage operations, and coordinated distributions to Victorville partner agencies. These funds also strengthen the operational system that keep the entire network functioning efficiently and in compliance with regulatory requirements. In addition to food distribution, HDFC convenes quarterly collaborative meetings that provide structure, oversight, compliance updates, and operational guidance to partner agencies. These meetings ensure alignment with federal, state, county, and city standards, including SB 1383 edible food recovery mandates. Through this structure, partner agencies receive hands-on technical assistance, grant development support, reporting guidance, and access to operational tools that increase accountability, strengthen sustainability, and enhances service delivery to Victorville residents. Without the centralized infrastructure, many local feeding agencies would be forced to source food independently from counties outside of the high desert. For smaller volunteer-led organizations, the financial and logistical burden of traveling long distances to procure food would significantly reduce their ability to serve residents consistently and safely. It is also important to address a common misconception. Funding HDFC does not eliminate the need to fund individual partner agencies. HDFC provides the supply chain, compliance structure, and logistical coordination. However, partner agencies still require their own funding to operate distribution sites, maintain facilities, cover utilities, support volunteers, purchase supplemental food, and available through surplus recovery, and meet direct program costs. When funding is directed only to centralized systems and not to the agencies on the ground, those agencies can lose critical operational resources. The result is not increased efficiency.
Your time is up.
It is a weakened network. Sorry. Does anyone have any questions, or we don't do questions?
We don't do questions. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Kevin Mahaney.
Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, City Council members. And my name is Kevin Mahaney. I am with Simba. We are the contracted operator of your 170-bed wellness center located in Old Town Victorville. Thank you. First, let me start. We're grateful for the investments that you've made in Simba and the way you have assisted us to stand up, which we believe is a very unique shelter healthcare operation. We're going to continue to lift this model up and show and tell it throughout our county. In fact, it will be shown at a March 2026 County Homeless Summit. The submittal we made for you to consider is to help us stabilize and improve the healthcare we provide at the shelter, as well as what we're doing out in the street. So what we're grappling with at the shelter is today we accepted a mother and a newborn. So unfortunately, we have young mothers with no housing, God bless them, that are giving birth to babies. Your wellness center is one of the only places in the county that is allowing that kind of entrance. As a health clinic, we are challenged by, but delivering healthcare from youth, babies, all the way up to older adults. In fact, many of them are elderly. Your investment is going to allow us to improve the healthcare for those that are at the shelter. And then when we turn out into the community, right now we have 7 families and 51 adults that are waitlisted. They cannot get into the shelter because it's full. And so what we would do is we would look to provide healthcare to them, because oftentimes when you're homeless, kind of caring for yourself with regard to health care and what time you go to bed at night, that kind of goes out the window. So we believe that the health care that we are going to be providing at the Wellness Center, and with your support, would strengthen the quality of care we give to the clients that are there, as well as improve the services that we can be providing to the clients that are being waitlisted. In fact, we hope soon to be able to get these clients to be able to realize that the best care they can be getting, whether they are in a shelter or they are homeless, is at the Wellness Center. And so that would be figuring out ways to bring them to the Wellness Center, provide care for them, and then we become their provider rather than them be assigned to someone they're not going to. Again, I want to thank you for support that you've given us, and thanks again.
Thank you, sir.
Our next speaker is Mandy Munoz from Rockin' Our Disabilities.
Hello, thank you for letting me speak. My name is Mandy Munoz. I'm the Program Support Coordinator for Rockin' Our Disabilities Foundation. Rockin' Our Disabilities Foundation is a local nonprofit organization serving children, teens, and adults with special needs and their families throughout the Victorville and the High Desert. We exist to provide inclusive social, recreational, educational, and life skills opportunities in a safe and supportive environment. We're not just serving individuals, we serve the entire family, including siblings, because disability impacts the whole household. Over the last year alone, Rockin' Our Disabilities Foundation impacted more than 28,000 lives across our region, including thousands of Victorville residents. Our program includes weekly adaptive sports such as basketball, karate, and dance. We have a choir, which is called Rockin' Rhythms. We have life skills and therapy-based classes at our learning center, which is beat therapy, Lego therapy, art therapy, paint therapy. And then we call one Skills and Chill, where they're learning how to cook without fire. Family events such as holiday celebrations, we have an Easter event, a Christmas event, a Halloween event, and inclusive community gatherings. Food support and resource distributions for families facing hardships. We also distributed significant community support, including food and donated goods to families who often fall through the cracks of traditional systems. Many of the families we serve are low to moderate income households. Some are raising adult children with disabilities without additional support. Others are navigating regional center services, IHSS, or simply trying to survive while caring medically fragile loved ones. The City of Victorville's support through CPD funding directly strains our ability to keep programs affordable and accessible, maintain safe facilities, expand outreach to underserved families, and provide inclusive opportunities that prevent isolation. Community development funds are not just program dollars, they're stability dollars. They allow families to participate in their own community with dignity. We are grateful for the city's past support and partnership. It has made a measurable difference in the lives of our families. Tonight, we respectfully ask for continued investment in Rockin' Our Disabilities Foundation so we can expand services, reach more Victorville residents, and continue building a community where individuals of all abilities belong. Thank you for your time, your leadership, and your continued commitment in our community.
Thank you.
Our next speaker is Billy Morgan.
Looks about right. Good evening, Madam Mayor, City Council members. My name is Billy Morgan. I represent the Orinda Veterans Project. The word Orinda itself comes from an Iroquois Indian term referring to an all-knowing spirit who provides greatness and goodness to all. That's where we got our name. The Orinda Veterans Project operates the Orinda House. It's a house for veterans in need. The needs could be varied. We get them from everywhere. We get them from referrals. We've taken them out of the riverbed and brought them into the house. We're the only facility in the high desert that operates as simply as we can. In other words, they're not required to take medical tests. They're not required to fill out mountains of paperwork. If they've got a DD-214 proving their military service, we bring them in, provided they are drug-free. This is a drug-free environment. Once they come in, depending on their needs, we will put clothes on their back, food in their mouth. They each get their own private bedroom, fully furnished with a TV on the wall. The house itself is 9 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, a lot of property. We encourage healthy lifestyles, meaning nutritious eating, exercise. We help them get their VA benefits if they have any coming. We help them with medical issues as soon as they get in. Some of them have transportation. The ones who don't, we provide transportation to medical appointments, the VA down in Loma Linda when they have things to do down there, whether it's benefits or medical. To date, we have, I will say, graduated 217 veterans since our inception in 2013. We appreciate so much the City of Victorville and the help you have given us, and the help you give us is rent. You just paid for us the rent for 9 months for one of our veterans who's been battling cancer for over a year and unable to work. When the new guys come in, of course, they're not working. So it takes them 2, 3, 4, 6 months to find a job. And in the interim, the money you give us helps run the house. And we certainly appreciate that. Any questions for me?
Billy, we're not allowed to engage in a to and fro, so we have.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Thank you very
Well,
much.
send me an email. I'll answer your questions that way.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Our next speaker is Chan.
Hi, guys, I'm back. I am representing Chan. I'm the case manager for the programs that we operate. We are excited to announce 2 new programs, 2 of 3 proposals that we've submitted to the city of Victorville. For the past 6 years, Chan has demonstrated measurable, consistent success in delivering direct assistance to low and moderate income households right here in Victorville. In a landscape where many programs struggle with outreach, compliance, and follow-through, Chan has built a reputation for accountability, accessibility, and results. We are not just launching programs, we are executing them effectively, ensuring that eligible residents here in the city of Victorville receive timely support. The first program that I'm excited to announce is our Smart Money Mindset Scholarship Program for high school seniors. It is an investment in prevention. We know that financial instability often begins with a lack of financial education. So this program is equipping graduating seniors with practical financial literacy skills, budgeting, credit management, and long-term planning before they enter adulthood. By pairing education with scholarship support, Chan is not only helping students pursue higher education or training, but also breaking cycle of poverty before they begin. This aligns directly with HUD's objective of creating economic opportunity and long-term sustainability for low to moderate income residents. The second program that we are excited to launch for the city of Victorville, but it's something that we've actually been working and doing over the last couple of years, is the rental and mortgage assistance program. And it's more critical than ever, especially here in the city of Victorville with the rising costs of rent and increased mortgage burdens across the high desert. We are seeing more working families on the verge of becoming unhoused. This program intervenes at the most crucial moment before eviction or foreclosure occurs. Preventing homelessness is far more cost-effective and humane than responding after displacement. By helping residents remain housed, Chan is protecting families, children, seniors, and veterans from entering an already strained emergency shelter system. CDBG funding is designed to create availability, sustainability, and accessibility, and the city of Victorville has done this for so many years, and we continue to work with the city and appreciate all that you do by funding our programs. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next speaker is Erin Castro Nuovo.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, Council, and community members. My name is Aaron Castronovo. I'm the co-founder and executive director for Restore Unity. Restore Unity was born out of a desire just to make the greatest impact as possible in the community. So we started in 2019 with the homeless outreach. We would go pick up the mobile shower from the Rescue Mission, food from Second Chance, clothing from First Assembly of God, and then Jubilee Community Church opened up their building so we could host the program there. We also started a soup kitchen and started out the first day with 12 beneficiaries. So a little story from that day, we went out, the weather was much like today. I found an individual sitting in a muddy hole just in his underwear with his clothes hanging on a fence behind him because it was so cold and there was snow all over the ground. I told him, hey, I can get you a shower, some clothing, food by the end of the day, and he jumped out of the hole and was like, praise God, praise God. So he came down, and I tell this because it's burned in my brain. This is what keeps me going, is after he got the shower, he comes out with fresh clothing, food, and he comes out literally steaming from head to toe, picks up his guitar and starts worshiping and just leading all of our volunteers in worship. So fast forward 4 years, this individual now lives on the church property. He works for the landlord, and he comes to the program every Friday, but to serve, not to be served. So those are the outcomes that we're chasing. So what started out as 12 individuals every once a week now grew to 4,000 people annually. 20% of those are Victorville residents, and it just continues to grow. So as the requests continue to grow for Victorville residents, we're hoping that with the funding from the CDBG funding, we can answer those requests.
So what we've done as the program grows is we've incorporated 3 pillars within the business, and it's to address short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals versus basic needs, community health and wellness, and then in development is workforce development. So that's it. Thank you for the opportunity, and I appreciate you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Madam Mayor, I have no additional speaker cards for this item.
Thank you very much. No one, since no action is being taken on this item tonight, I will now close the public hearing. And we will move on to the consent calendar, items 2 through 10. I'll invite a motion for this item.
Madam Mayor, I move that we adopt the consent calendar, which includes items 2 through 10.
Second?
We have a first by Councilmember Irving, a second by Councilwoman Godin. Madam Clerk, will you please take the vote?
Councilmember Godin.
Yes.
Councilmember Irving.
Yes.
Councilmember Mora.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Harriman.
Yes.
Mayor Becerra.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
We've now taken action on items 2 through 10 in accordance with recommendations as set forth on the agenda. At this time, council, I would like to be able to move item 15 up to number 11. It would be the naming of the Victorville Library after our former council member, James L. Cox. Do I have a second?
Second.
There we go. Madam Clerk, will you take the vote, please?
Councilmember Godin.
Yes.
Councilmember Irving.
Yes.
Councilmember Mora.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Harriman.
Absolutely.
Mayor Becerra.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay. Does it keep the same number, Madam Clerk, or does it turn down to number 11, or no, it stays number 15?
Stay number 15, you just moved it forward.
Okay. Item 15, discussion and possible action to name the new Victorville Library after former council member and city manager James L. Cox. For those of you who don't know, Mr. Cox has probably served the city in one way or another as a council member or as a city manager for 40 years. Mr. Cox is in, Mr. Cox, if you would, please. Come forward. He has served us graciously and without fail for the 40 years. So, Mr. Metzler, if there's anything else you'd like to add, I would open it up for questions from my council members.
Nothing further from staff.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, will you please read the recommendation?
Any action is at the discretion of your honorable city council.
Thank you. We'll do technical questions from council members. I'm going to go ahead and start over here on my right. Councilwoman Mora?
I have no questions, thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Godin?
Is this questions and comments or just questions?
Just questions. We'll do comments once we approve.
I have no questions. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Councilwoman Irving?
I don't have any questions, thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem Harriman?
Yeah, I got questions. Jim, when did you move to Victorville?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
When did you move to Victorville?
I moved to Victorville in November of 1967,
And when did you become the city manager?
December of 1969,
And how long did you serve as city manager?
30 years
And then
initially.
initially. Well, I wasn't around then, but let me try to think of another one. Oh, you did serve on the city council also, right?
That's correct.
Okay, that's all I have.
Mr. Cox, thank you for everything you've done. You've been a mentor to some of us sitting up here, so thank you. I would like to motion to have staff rename the Victorville Library the James L. Cox Public Library.
Second.
I have no comments, but a thank you.
Can I speak?
Sure, go ahead.
I just want to say thank you very, very, very much. When I heard that this might occur tonight, I didn't believe it. So it's a different city, different people, things have changed. But what remains the same is it's a great city. It's moving forward. I'm proud of the city. I know each and every one of you are. And several people said, what are you going to say? And there's nothing to say. Thank you very much. I'm humbled. I appreciate it. I certainly won't forget it. God, I hope I've earned this. Thank you so much.
You have, sir. Councilman Irving, comments?
I just want to say congratulations. You've been a pillar in the community. I know that the entire community has appreciated your leadership, and this is well deserved. Congratulations.
Councilwoman Godan?
Mr. Cox, thank you for all of your years of service, for the major impact that you've had on this city, that you will continue to have on the city. And this is a small price that we can repay to you to honor you for all that you've done for the city of Victorville. So thank you.
Thank you.
Councilwoman Mora?
Hello, sir. I've always heard great things about you, and in the conversations we've had, you've truly lived up to the word. So congratulations, and I hope I get to speak with you some more because you do have legendary history here, sir. But thank you very much for everything you've done for the community.
Mayor Protem Harriman?
Okay, so I would just like to add definitely a pillar to the community. I think as from a family, my dad was a city councilman. I had my head in the newspaper as soon as I moved to the high desert, and James Cox was one that used to be in the paper all the time. So I used to come to city council meetings. A lot of that was what motivated me to get into the community and make sure I was helping out and being part of the community. I would also like to say you've been there for me when I have questions. You know, stepping in, it can be kind of a lot. And you've been there for me when I've got a question or something that you can help me with, and I truly appreciate that.
Anything I can do to help the city or individual council people or the people in the city, I'm always willing. I'd like to add one thing, and I don't want to make this long. I did serve 30 years as the city manager. I retired in December of 1999. The city council then asked me back in 2009, served as the city manager 2009, 10, and 11, and then retired for the second time in November of 2011. And for reasons that no one can explain, I became the mayor in 2012. Through 14, Mayor Pro Tem 14 through 16, a councilman for the city of Victorville 16 through 2020. All of that was an honor. I was blessed to be able to serve the city and do that. And one of the things, the two things that stand out that people have said to me is that absolutely most honest individual they've ever met. Boy, I've strived my whole life to be that. And the other is, most people know I was raised on a farm, worked from sunup till sundown 7 days a week. And that work ethic carried me all the way through because I did, in fact, work for the city a lot. And I'm retired. I need something to do. No, I'm not looking for a job. But if I can volunteer to help this city in any way, I'm so happy to do so, to help pay back. The city's been nice to me. And for those individuals who have not had a tour of this library, you must. It is gorgeous. It's beautiful. People, I've heard so many comments about it, and even heard a couple of comments from individuals who don't live here that saw it and stopped and said, oh my, how did Victorville get a library like this? And I said, because they earned it. That's the city. That's who we are.
Thank you, sir. Madam Clerk, will you please take the vote?
Councilmember Godan,
Yes.
Councilmember Irving,
Yes.
Councilmember Mora,
Yes.
Mayor Protem Harriman,
Yes.
Mayor Becerra.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
We've now taken action to rename the Victorville Library the James L. Cox Public Library. Okay, now we'll move on to written communication item 11, standard lease agreement for buildings 867, 867A, and a cut-up pad space by and between the Southern California Logistics Airport Authority and Aircraft Recycling Corporation. Mr. Metzler, would you kindly introduce this item?
Thank you, Madam Mayor and members of the council. This item involves a new lease with Aircraft Recycling Corporation, ARC for short, who's actually operated at SCLA since 2006, occupying building space, but also occupying real estate where they actually had constructed and operate on what's referred to as a cut-up pad. And their primary business is the parting out of aircraft once an aircraft has reached its useful life, parting it out, and anything that's reusable on the aircraft that can sell in the secondary market. They'll help the owner of that aircraft in that part, in that part of the business. But then also with respect to the remaining part of the aircraft that's has no additional salvage value other than the recycling, they also have a recycling operation there where basically they cut up an aircraft into small tiny pieces and haul off all of that metal recyclable material. And so with that, this item is taking our standard lease agreement and extending our relationship with them for an initial 10-year term. It does include an option of 5-year extension upon completion of that 10-year term. And the total lease is valued at approximately $2.4 million over that initial 10-year term. And so with that, this item has been authored by your airport director, Mr. James Morosky, and he's available for any questions or comments you might have.
Thank you, sir. Madam Clerk, would you please read the recommendation?
That the Southern California Airport Authority, Southern California Logistics Airport Authority Board of Directors approve entering into a standard lease agreement for Building 867, 867A, and cut-up pad space by and between the SCLAA and Aircraft Recycling Corporation, and authorize the Executive Director to execute said agreement, and adopt resolution number SCLAA 26-002, amending the 2025-2026 budget, increasing revenue in airport account 4501174A-45200 by $471.48, and airport account 4501185A-45220 by $10,053.40.
Thank you, ma'am. At this time, we'll do technical questions from council member. Councilwoman Godian?
I have none, thank you.
Councilwoman Mora?
I have none, thank you.
Councilwoman Irving?
No questions, thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem Harriman?
I have none.
And I have done. I'll invite a motion for this item.
Move that the City Council, sitting as the SCLA Board of Directors, approve staff recommendation as to points 1 through 3 as presented on the agenda.
Second.
I have a first by Councilwoman Godian, a second by Councilwoman Irving. Comments on the pending motion, Councilwoman Godian?
I have none, thank you.
Councilwoman Irving?
No comments, thank you.
Councilwoman Mora?
None, thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem Harriman?
I have none.
And I have done. Madam Clerk, will you take the vote, please?
Councilmember Godian?
Yes.
Councilmember Irving?
Yes.
Councilmember Mora?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Harriman?
Yes.
Mayor Becerra?
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
We've now taken action to approve staff's recommendation as presented on the agenda. Item 12, amendment number 2 to the consultant and professional services provider agreement with Woodward and Curran, Inc. for the industrial wastewater treatment plant expansion 2024 design and construction support project CC 24-099. Mr. Menser, would you kindly introduce this item?
Thank you, Madam Mayor and members of the council. In 2010, the city completed the construction of the Southern California Logistics Airport, IWTP, which is an acronym for Industrial Wastewater Treatment Plant. And since that time, we've been treating wastewater not only for industrial users out at SCLA, but we've also diverted domestic flows to help to run through the plant from portions of the community in the south and southwest part of Victorville. And as that plant was originally designed and constructed to handle a capacity of approximately 2.5 million gallons a day, we're at a point today where we're actually approaching that capacity, which is triggering the need for design. This council approved in September of 2024 a design contract with Woodward Curran to at least get us to the 30% stage of design work, which is really a preliminary design, to take an opportunity to look at the existing footprint, figure out from a conceptual perspective and a technical perspective what an expansion can look like. And so we've gotten to that point. We've actually met with, as staff, with Woodard Current to go through that 30% design. We've been able to evaluate, at least the estimate of costs. But we're at that point now where we need to take the design to the next phase, and that's actually getting to complete design. And so this contract before you tonight is effectively award of the contract, an amendment to the contract that would allow us to continue to work with Woodard Current to get to complete design to where we could ultimately then have a design that could actually go out for bid and ultimately use that bid as a precursor to the award of construction. Altogether, the design that we're looking at is taking the current capacity from 2.5 MGD or million gallons a day to approximately 6, with an envisioned expansion beyond that to an 8 million gallon a day capacity. And so with that, we do have a brief presentation from representatives of Woodard Current. Mr. Scott Goldman and Mr. Brian Wicks are both here to lead a presentation with you to talk a little bit more about what we've learned through this preliminary design phase. And then upon completion of the presentation, the author on this item is your city engineer, Mr. Freddie Bonilla, and he is available for any questions or comments you might have.
So I can go ahead and get started. Thank you, Mayor and council members. Scott Goldman, I'm a senior principal with Woodard and Kern, and Brian Wicks here is our regional leader, and I'm the project manager for this design. So let's see, I guess I can advance these. So it's a brief agenda. We gave you an overview of the project a few months back, but I'll just reiterate that, talk about some of the changes to the project since we submitted our proposal last year, and give you a schedule and budget update. So I think you're all aware the plant is out at the next to the Logistics Air Force Base. And our first step in the design project was to do a conceptual design report to identify the best configuration for the expansion. Through that process, we identified a need to upgrade the plant to a more conventional wastewater treatment plant for domestic flow, since the vast majority of the plant will be treating the domestic wastewater from the city. So in doing that, we want to put in a headworks, which is really a screening facility to take out everything over any of the bigger solids in there that are bigger than half an inch or so. Then we put in primary clarifiers. This is a large step, a large tank that basically settles the water and takes out anything that'll settle or float. And then fine screens. This is down to a micron size. That's to protect the membranes in the process. UV for disinfection, so we still have the recycled water. And then an electrical building to support the new facilities. As part of the design effort, we do have environmental work to do, a CEQA process, and we need to do some protocol level surveys. We've been working with the city planning department to define the process that we need to go through to get the CEQA approval. These surveys are time sensitive. There's a certain time of the year where we can do those surveys, so we'll be moving out on that work very soon. In addition to that, and the other facilities that were showed on the earlier map, there's some improvements to the existing plant that staff has agreed that we need. This photo shows the existing operations building. There's some reconfiguration of that space that we want to do. And then since we're now going from a 2.5 to a 6 million gallon a day plant, there's a new operations annex that's also proposed as part of the facility. In addition, we'll be looking to improve the site security through fencing of the entire site. We're going to be expanding beyond the existing footprint to a larger site and change out the card readers and security requirements to enter the facility. And then lastly is the fire flow. There's no requirement to do a fire protection for this facility, but there is a fire system that was installed originally It was originally to be, was fed through State Water Project water because the city does not have a sufficient potable water system to the site to provide for fire flow. So what we're proposing to do in this phase is to use the high-quality effluent that's available at the plant and feed the fire system with that. And we've already, and the fire department's aware of that. And one of the other items that we'll be doing, because of the need to get this plant expanded, there is certain equipment that will take a long time to get. It can take up to a year and a half to receive. So the systems that we're showing on this slide, these are items that will work through the design, work with different manufacturers, and we will pre-procure that equipment so the city has it on hand when the general contractor is hired to do the work. For schedule, we started this project back in September of '24 with the conceptual design. Once we reached agreement with the city on the configuration of the staff, we proceeded with 30% design, and we're now ready to move on to take it to full final design. You can see from this schedule, we're looking to complete final design towards the end of late summer, fall of 2027, go out to bid, and looking to award the project in November of '27 with an approximately 2-year construction schedule. The plant, as the city manager mentioned, is running out of capacity, so we've also identified there is an opportunity to get some early capacity. The star that is shown on this graph, we can sequence the construction to get some additional capacity in 2028 ahead of the full completion so that we don't run out of capacity anywhere during the project. From a budget standpoint for the design, our original proposal was all the way through 100% as we envisioned the project at the time we submitted the proposal. Through the concept report and the 30% design, we've been able to refine that, and the items that we presented on, the new operations annex, the fire flow system, equipment procurement, and environmental support, that increased the estimate for the design from the $3 million we originally proposed to 4.7. We've also included some optional tasks. So while we're doing the design, we have a financing team that's been working with city staff, looking at methods to finance the project, and that rounds out the $4.9 million request for the amendment. So with that, I appreciate the opportunity to present. Be happy to answer any questions on anything that was presented.
Don't move. Madam Clerk, would you please read the recommendation?
That the Honorable Victorville Water District Board of Directors approve Amendment Number 2 to the Consultant Professional Services Provider Agreement with Woodard and Kern, Inc., increasing the total compensation not to exceed amount to $6,702,018, updating the fee schedule to include additional services, and extending the agreement term through December 31st, 2027.
Thank you. At this time, we'll do technical questions of council members. We're going to start with Councilwoman Irving.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. In your presentation, you mentioned, I'm sorry, I need you to restate it. You mentioned your plan for increasing capacity. Is that what you said?
Sorry if I was confusing. So the entire construction project will take about 2 years.
Correct.
There are components of the construction we can do early, which will allow us to treat more wastewater prior to completing the entire project. We're building a plant for 6 million gallons a day, but we believe we can get another 500,000 to 1 million gallons a day, which would buy you another, it's an early phase. So you'd have the capacity for the next 4 to 5 years with that interim step. I didn't say it, I should have. The 6 MGD will get you about 25 years worth of capacity, so you won't need to expand the plant again till 2055, 2060, somewhere in that time frame.
Okay, well, conceptually, I was trying to envision all of that. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Councilwoman Mora.
That was my question. It was just with these modifications that it was going to increase our capacity, and up until what date would that capacity last us? So you did answer the question, up until about 2060. So thank you.
Councilman Godan?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Mr. Metzler, maybe you can answer this for me. The total amount was just a little over 6.7 million, is that correct? That is, it won't exceed?
Correct, that this contract won't exceed, so that'll be the already approved amendment, I'm sorry, that'll be the already approved amendment number 1 in this amendment number 2 amount.
Okay, and so the amount available is just about 5.1?
Correct.
Does that 6.7 include monies that have already been paid out?
It does. And so effectively, this amendment number 2, and correct me if I'm wrong, Janelle, is more so speaking to the 4.884.
Okay. Okay, thank you, that's all.
Mayor Pro Tem Harriman?
A couple of my questions got answered already. I got a question on the fire. When you say affluent, we talking about you're going to be able to use reclaimed water that is generated on site for the fire?
Correct. Yes, it'll be the same Title 22 disinfected secondary effluent that you're using for recycled water now at the power plant and for irrigation. That'll be the same water that will feed the fire system.
Is that going to be is that temporary, or are we working that in as permanent?
It's being worked in as permanent. If the city expands the potable water system out to that area, you have the option of changing it over to potable water. But right now, we have a 2-inch potable water line, and you need an 8-inch line, which is a pretty big expense for the city to extend out there at this time.
Yeah, for sure. And then I think I'm understanding that right. During the process of construction, we can add using up to $1 million more prior to the completion of the entire project.
Yeah, I don't remember the exact number, but it'll get you enough capacity that you won't have to worry about having the treatment capacity for additional development while we're finishing the construction.
I'll hold you that. And that's all I have. Thanks.
If I can just expand on that so that the illustration is clear, right now we're about 2 million gallons a day. The capacity is 2.5. And so between now and say 2028, which is when they're projected to potentially be able to bring on additional capacity, had they not been able to do that, we would basically be sitting with about 500,000 gallons a day of capacity until November of 2029. And so that's why that is important. If, it's possible, but if we were to see a strong growth in the area that we serve that actually consumes that 500,000 gallons, we could have some serious issues. So that's the significance of being able to bring some capacity online sooner as opposed to waiting to the end of construction.
And is that commonplace to have to do that kind of thing, to engineer it like that?
It's not uncommon. I don't know if I would say it's common, but it's not uncommon that these projects just take a long time, and you start to run out of capacity. Sometimes it's just, there's a variety of reasons that you might run into this situation. I've dealt with this before. It's not uncommon.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Sure.
No other comments? I'll invite a motion for this item. Motion to approve staff's recommendation as presented on the agenda.
Second.
The first by Mayor Becerra, second by Mayor Pro Tem Harriman. Comments on the pending motion? I have no comments. Mayor Pro Tem?
I have none.
Councilwoman Irving?
No comments. Thank you.
Councilwoman Godan?
I have none, thank you.
Councilwoman Mora?
I just wanted to say thank you. In the report, it does say that this design does have the capacity to add in the future without having to have such a significant cost. So with the growth that we're all expected to have, I do appreciate that that was a footnote to make sure that our costs weren't going to be so much more as we continue to add. So thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Madam Clerk, will you take the vote, please?
Councilmember Godin?
Yes.
Councilmember Irving?
Yes.
Councilmember Mora?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Harriman?
Yes.
Mayor Becerra?
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
We've now taken action to approve staff's recommendation as presented on the agenda. Item 13, award of a consultant professional services provider agreement for the conservation as a California Way of Life technical assistant plan. Mr. Metzger, would you kindly introduce this item?
Thank you, Madam Mayor and members of the council. In 2018, the state adopted legislation requiring water suppliers like the Victorville Water District to plan for and achieve long-term water use targets for efficient water use while considering local conditions. Regulations were adopted by the State Water Board in 2024, and regulations became effective in 2025. The water targets objectives are required to be met in January of 2027. So this item awards a professional service contract. This item awards a public services contract and brings on a professional support to help staff achieve the regulatory compliance. And so with that, the item has been authored by your Director of Public Works and Water, Mr. Doug Matthews. He's available for any questions or comments you might have.
Thank you very much. Madam Clerk, would you please read the recommendation?
That the Honorable Board of Directors award a consultant professional agreement to Mattis Water Management in the amount of $137,123 for City of Victorville 2025 Conservation as a California Way of Life Technical Assistance Program, project number CC 26-058.
Thank you. At this time, we'll do technical questions from council members. Mayor Potem Harriman.
I have none.
Councilwoman Irving.
I don't have any questions, thank you.
Councilwoman Godin.
None, thank you.
Councilwoman Mora.
None, thank you.
And I have none. I'll invite a motion for this item.
Madam Mayor, I move that we adopt staff's recommendations.
Second.
I have a first by Councilwoman Irving, a second by Mayor Potem Harriman. Councilwoman Irving, comments on the pending motion?
No comments, thank you.
Mayor Potem Harriman.
None.
Councilwoman Godin.
No comments.
Councilwoman Mora.
I just want to state that this is so we can be in compliant with California's regulations, and so I appreciate us making sure that we don't get hit with any penalties in 2027, so thank you.
You read my notes again. Madam Clerk, will you please take the vote?
Councilmember Godin.
Yes.
Councilmember Irving.
Yes.
Councilmember Mora.
Yes.
Mayor Potem Harriman.
Yes.
Mayor Becerra.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
We've now taken action to approve staff's recommendation as presented on the agenda. Item 14, the Victorville Municipal Utility Services, VMUS, Shop Warehouse Design and Construction Estimate. Mr. Metzger, would you kindly introduce this item?
Thank you, Madam Mayor and members of the council. As you're aware, the city has a municipal utility providing electric and natural gas services at two industrial parks, one being Foxborough and the other being the Southern California Logistics Airport. And VMUS, as we call it, has grown to the point where with the services it's providing, particularly out at SCLA, is in need of a facility where it can effectively have a warehouse and a shop, a warehouse for equipment, inventory owned by it that's necessary to operate and maintain the electric utility system out at the airport. So staff has gone through a solicitation process where we've invited firms to submit proposals to us for architectural design services. And resulting from that effort, we do have a low bid recommendation to BFK Architecture to actually develop design plans for that shop and warehouse. And so with that, the author on this item is Ms. Brenda Hampton, your Director of Electric Utility Services, and she's available for any questions or comments you might have.
Madam Clerk, would you please read the recommendation?
That the Honorable City Council award a consultant professional services provider agreement to BFK Architecture Plus Planning in the amount of $170,000 for the VMUS Shop Warehouse Design and Construction Estimate, Project CC 26-042.
Thank you. At this time, we'll do technical questions from council members. Councilmember Mora.
No questions, thank you.
Councilmember Godin.
This is going to be constructed out at SCLA?
Yes, it is, Madam Mayor and members of the council. The exact location is going to be just west of Schmidt Park and east of and abutting the Plastipac warehouse. That's the yard that we have with our transformers, and that's actually the location where the interconnect takes place with SoCal Edison.
Okay, thank you. That's all I have.
Councilwoman Irving.
No questions, thank you.
Mayor Potem Harriman.
Just curious, is that going to be a block structure or a metal building?
It's a metal building.
I'll invite a motion for this item.
Move to adopt staff recommendation as presented in the agenda.
Second.
I have a first by Councilmember Godin, a second by Councilmember Irving. Councilman Godin, comments on the pending motion?
I have none.
Councilman Irving?
No comments, thank you.
Councilman Mora?
No comments, thank you.
Mayor Protem Harriman?
I have none.
And I have done. Madam Clerk, will you take the vote, please?
Councilmember Godin,
Yes.
Councilmember Irving,
Yes.
Councilmember Mora,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Harriman,
Yes.
Mayor Becerra.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
We've now taken action to approve staff's recommendation as presented on the agenda. As we covered item 15 at the beginning of our items, we'll now move it on to item 16, city manager reports. Mr. Metzler, your turn.
Thank you, Madam Mayor and members of the council. Just a couple items first, because we have a number of pets that are looking for their forever home. Animal Services will be at the High Desert Farmers Market at VVC this Thursday, February 19th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Be an opportunity to stop by and meet some of our pets. We have more information on our website or contacting us in Animal Services. On the engineering side of the house, work on the 2025 citywide street improvement project is scheduled to resume the week of March 2nd. During this next phase, the contractor Advance Corporation will complete comprehensive reconstruction of the existing pavement on Ridgecrest Road from Bear Valley to Paiute and on Roy Rogers Drive from Amargosa Road to I-15 to improve roadway conditions. So work is expected to last and completed this summer. So with that, that's all I have, Madam Mayor.
Thank you very much, sir. Item 17, discussion and possible action regarding upcoming agenda items. Councilwoman Mora?
I have none, thank you.
Councilman Godin?
I have none, thank you.
Councilmember Irving?
I don't have anything, thank you.
Councilman, Mayor Protem Harriman?
Yes, I do. This last Friday, one of our planning commissioners was observed participating in a school walkout that began at Victor Valley High School and ended here at the City Hall. The walkout was in protest to the Federal Immigration and Customs Enforcement, also known as ICE. Our planning commissioner, Mr. Derek Marshall, is an appointed local public official, and his participation in this type of activity communicates a disregard for our local governance structure we as a city council have supported. Therefore, I would like to ask that the council consider for discussion and possible action an item be placed on the agenda for the next city council meeting where we consider removal of Mr. Derek Marshall from the Planning Commission.
First by Mayor Protem Harriman. I'll second. Madam Clerk, will you take the vote, please?
Councilmember Godin,
Yes.
Councilmember Irving,
No.
Councilmember Mora,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Harriman,
Yes.
Mayor Becerra.
Yes.
Motion passes with Councilmember Irving voting no.
Anything else, Mayor Protem?
That's all I have.
And I have nothing. Item 18, reports from city council members. Councilmember Godin?
I have nothing.
Councilmember Mora?
I did want to mention that I was able to go to the farewell ceremony for our program manager, Esteban Peña Mesa at Victor Valley College. He was our Veteran Resource Center program manager, and he would help our veteran students in the community go ahead and take advantage of their benefits and attend college. So VVC does a great job, and it was an honor to say that. They have some big shoes to fill, but we know they'll do a good job. So that's all.
Thank you. Councilmember Irving?
I have nothing to report.
Mayor Protem Harriman?
I have nothing.
I would like to recognize, we have a gentleman who's been attending some of our city council member. He's from Sims School. That's you. Come on, stand up. He's doing this for his government class. Go ahead, come to the podium. I'd like to recognize you.
Just don't wear your sunglasses.
Go ahead and state your name and your grade and everything.
My name is Leonidas Portier. I'm in the 11th grade. I'm a junior at Sims Cobalt Institute of Math and Science. So,
Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking interest in this, and political office hopefully is in your future. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. I really appreciate I love seeing and coming here and seeing how this all works. I really like the one-on-one time. I want to talk to you all individually, of course, outside of, well, once this is all over. So if I could, after this, if I could shake your hands and talk to you guys, I'd really appreciate it. If it was just, even if it's only a moment. So thank you for having me up here. I really appreciate it.
Thank
Have
you.
a good rest of your night.
Thank you. If nobody has anything else, the time is 7:15 and the meeting's adjourned.